Okay, welcome everybody to another live stream repair. We've got two HomePods that were dropped off last night that need some repairs. First one from Amy with no power, which they're telling us also popped before it had the power issues. So we're gonna just do a good once over everything and make sure everything is all still good and within spec. And then we've got Allan's with no base. So two seemingly straightforward repairs for ourselves here. Let's go ahead and open up the first one here from Amy. And we are going to go ahead and check our symptoms here. We want to make sure that we're actually fixing and looking at a no power issue here. And we want to take a look at how much power is being drawn from the wall. That'll tell us, or usually point us in the right direction as to guessing what could be failed in here. So we got it plugged into power and no response. And we've got about 4 to 6 watts of power draw from the wall. So that tells us most likely, based on that power draw, that we've probably got the most common failure mode with these no power pods. That little diode on the amplifier shorting out. So let's go ahead and open this up, do a little bit of diagnosis and repair, and see if we can't get this working again. Easy peasy. Time for the pry. Come on, give me a good time. Yes. Oh, come on. Yeah. Why isn't YouTube receiving enough data? Dropped frames. Due to network. Don't the neighbors know I'm trying to stream here? Stop all the downloading. Oh, yeah. Ready to go. Got him. Anyways. Ooh, we really bent that screw up. We're just going to replace that one. Yikes. Alright, how's our subwoofer looking? Looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Alright, we are in it now. Our diode has a date code of 1746K on there, so I think we all know what to expect when we test that. Everything else on the board looks okay though. So let's go ahead and confirm our suspicions here. Come on, you piece of crap. That'll work. Yep, our diode is dead. So let's get that replaced. We'll see if this board powers on. Alright, we'll let that cool off for just a sec here, and then we will test this, make sure it powers on, that it still has good sound, there's no excess DC offset, and then we'll see if we can put it back together. Why is my network dropping? Don't do this to me now. I signed up for Quantum, which is CenturyLink Fiber, over 2 weeks ago, and they told me that they still can't put it in after 2 appointments here for another 2 weeks. So we're kind of stuck with Comcast's crappy service here, dropping frames for no good reason. Ooh, make a surgeon envious. I don't know about that. That is a tall compliment, thank you. Okay, so we've got all of our test parts on here. Let's go ahead and see if this is working. Yeah. We got our power. Alright, how's our sound? Oh boy. So we've got well over 300 millivolts of offset, and it's still growing rather quickly. We're already at 400 here. So that is a sign of our filtering capacitors starting to give up and go bad. It's going to produce louder than usual popping, and eventually lead to death farts and potentially damaging your subwoofer and other parts on the amp. So we're going to go ahead and... Wow. Yeah, that is a pretty healthy, pretty bad sounding pop there. But we're going to go ahead and replace those filtering capacitors while we're in here. Amy did tell us that it was popping pretty bad before it lost its power. So I'm not too surprised by the results there. So we're going to go ahead and get those taken care of. That's going to be, well, so it could just be one of these four, but we just go ahead and replace all four of them at once because A, the failure rate, and B, there doesn't seem to be a great easy way to test which one exactly is going bad. You got to warm them up and put them under load and actually see with the right conditions in order to test whether they're good or bad. And honestly, with how little time and money it costs and takes to really replace them, we might as well just do them all four, yeah? They're nice and big and easy to work with. Also, we don't want to just replace the one or two of them in that series of four. Because we don't know exactly which part they used, so we can't buy the exact same one, and we would run the risk of it not being as balanced as it would be from the factory. So replacing all four of them with four new ones from the same part number is going to be the preferred way to do this. There we go. That's looking pretty spanktastic. So let's make sure this board is sufficiently cooled off. We don't want the heat soaked into those capacitors affecting our test results here. Just something to keep in mind if you're doing your own repairs here and you're testing for DC offset. The hotter those caps are, the less effective they are at filtering DC voltage. It's just an inherent property of them. It's not necessarily a sign that they're going bad. So be sure when you're testing for DC offset that your board is somewhere around room temperature and not still blazing hot from your repairs. So that'll work. If we know what we're doing here, then on our multimeter, after these repairs, we should see no more than 50 millivolts of DC voltage. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. That's why we call it DC offset. It's how far from 0 volts you are. So, be it positive or negative, we just don't want to see more than 50 millivolts. Hey Nick, wanted to thank you. Helped a guy from Bulgaria who sent me his HomePod, replaced the diode and sent it back. Hell yeah! I love seeing people internationally starting to get more options here instead of having to pay more than a HomePod's worth and shipping it to me and back. Alright, so we're expecting it to power on again without a problem. We already fixed that. What we want to see is less than 50 millivolts on here now. Alright, what's it got? Very nice. So we're falling a little bit, and we are far below that 50 millivolt target, and it's not growing rapidly towards or past that either. So that tells us that our repairs here are all good. We've got new filters to fix that unwanted offset, and we fixed the original problem with their power. So it's time to put this one back together. Am I Canadian? No, I am not. I wouldn't mind though. Come on, Comcast. Give me my decent bit rates. This is sad. Alright, we'll just move on. We'll just, we'll live with it. Hope for the best. All we can really do about it is shake our fist at the sky. Oh, and for those curious, I've just got a simple USB Yeti Pro microphone. Nothing special. Keep seeing Timbits. Where do you see Timbits? Where's the Timbits? Somebody gave me some Timbits when they dropped their HomePod off. They were visiting from Canada, and that was the first time I'd ever had Timbits, and oh my god. I see why people love them. All right, let's see if that did it. Give it some power, smack it around, and there you have it. What have we got?
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Aren't we all?
I'm having...
All right, everything checks out. Let's go ahead and put that to the side and move on to Allan's pod. Go ahead and plug that into power and get it turning on while we update the text on our screen there. All right, let's listen for the bass.
I'm having trouble connecting...
Oh, there's no bass. Yeah. Give me the bass. Give me the baseballs. Can I have the baseballs? Damn, there isn't an 8-bit cover of Dizzy Rascal's Baseline Junkie song. Hey Dragos, my pleasure. Okay. Hey, give that back. That's what the screwdriver sounds like. Every time I use it, it goes. Boy. Give that back. Uh-oh, Babby. Excuse me. It's time for the pry. Come on, be an easy one. Don't give me a hard time. Nope, it's gonna be an asshole. It said, go fuck yourself. Apple, what the fuck? All right. I think I need some new underwear. I'm breaking a sweat. All right. Is the bass speaker the source of our lack of bass? It feels nice and smooth. The voice coil looks nice and fresh in there. And it smells just fine. So that's a good sign. Hopefully their bass speaker is in good working order and we can be a little cheaper on the repairs for them here. But that means, most likely, our lack of bass is coming solely from the amplifier. So we're going to keep digging and start poking that amp. Oh no, I see some damage already on the amp. Well, at least it's a part that we have plenty of. But let's take a closer look here. Look at that. That is a roasty looking resistor, folks. Alright there. That's going to need to be replaced. But that tells us... Ooh. There's our base amp chip. This is the actual amp that takes the weak analog signal and beefs it up for the subwoofer. And that is a hole in the chip right there. So I think we're going to go ahead and see if we've got any spare amps that we can just do a quick swap-a-roo with. Let's see. I thought I had... Thought I had another amp. Which one are we going to sacrifice? Huh. What's this one do? Alright, this one boot loops. So let's go ahead and take the amp out of this guy. Excuse me. Where is my Sharpie? Okay, we have got ourselves another amplifier that we can use to bring some life back to Allan's HomePod here. At a future date, I'm definitely going to attempt repairing their old board, just because it looks like a pretty easy one as far as figuring out what's wrong with it. It looks like it just needs a new resistor and amp chip, but replacing the amp chip itself can be quite tricky. So that is why we are just going to swap the amp with another one here today and save that for another day. But this amp looks fantastic. It's got an original Schottky barrier diode on there with a date code of 1748K. So we're going to go ahead and replace that for good measure. We don't want this thing not powering on a few months down the road from a known issue. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of solder. Get out of there. You don't belong here. Okay. Let's give this amplifier a quick test and make sure that it doesn't have any other issues, and then we'll put Allan's HomePod back together. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, very nice. Less than 10 millivolts of offset. Our sound is working just fine. So this amp is good to go. Let's get this HomePod put back together. Hey, Tim. Baby's going pretty well. They are quite a calm child for what we were expecting. Ooh, I'm interested in fixing this thing. Tell me more. (2013) MacBook Air, you plug the USB Ethernet adapter into on the wrong side. Pretty sure I just blew something because the rest of it still works. Just one USB port is dead. Ooh, that might be a bit of a challenge for us. To be honest, I'm not sure if I've got the skill or experience to figure that one out. Unless it's a super simple, obvious, like short or a component that's blown off the board. If it's relatively simple, I can probably figure it out. But honestly, I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I can. If you want, you're welcome to send it in, and we'll give it a shot. And it's the usual. If I can't figure out how to fix it, then you won't pay anything. And we'll just we'll send it back to you, or we can send it to another shop that has more experience working on them. But usually USB ports have filters and stuff that are supposed to block and fuses that are supposed to blow up to prevent too much power from backfeeding. So it should be pretty easy and simple to figure out. But again, I've never encountered that specific issue yet, so it would be a fun challenge. And it's good that just one USB port is dead, because that means that the controller itself is probably still good. So most likely, yeah, there's probably like a blown resistor or fuse for that specific port nearby that we can find. And luckily, there's schematics for most of those MacBooks, so that would be a lot easier to figure out going in blind as opposed to the HomePods here that have no schematics available to us. Yes. Okay. Ugh. Okay. All right. Did we fix it? That is the question. Will it blend? Apple HomePod.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
That's bass.
I'm having trouble.
Don't you raise your voice at me. All right. Both pods that were dropped off have been fixed, and they are ready to rock. So, if y'all have any questions, if you enjoyed today's live stream, feel free to leave a like. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. And, oh, right, I've got my website, if you guys didn't know. I've got a whole dedicated section for common issues, including steps to diagnose and repair those issues with what parts you may need to do that, as well as my contact info. If you get stuck along the way or you just don't want to try it at all and you want it to be fixed here on the stream, hit me up and we'll get you taken care of. In any case, hope you all nerds enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.